Hi YouTube, Dingle here. I've got my laptop here on my channel, and I'm going to be going through some of the questions you're all asking me about Bugera amps. And I'm drinking cheap Red Bull. Which apparently is very bad for you. I've been told it can give you cancer of the carpet, so don't drink it. Right, somebody's asking me, do I use the stock tubes in my amplifiers? Now, in these two amps, stock factory tubes. In this amp, stock factory tubes. In this amp, which is the one I use the most, I've had this amp now for about 2.5 years. I use it almost every day for a few hours, and the tubes did wear out about 2 weeks ago. They started to go microphonic and make that horrible sort of crackly noise that I'm sure people who've worn tubes out will be familiar with. Now, I replaced them with a generic set of electro harmonics tubes, and the amp sounds no different. it sounds the same as it did before. To me, now electro-harmonics tubes are pretty good quality tubes. They're Russian made, they're very good. I bought a match set. Now that would suggest to me that the tubes that Bugera install in their amplifiers in the factory are of a good quality. Because it took well over 2 years for them to wear out, which is a good lifespan for tubes, and I've replaced them with a generic set, a good quality set, and the amp sounds the same. So two questions answered there. One, this one doesn't have factory tubes, it has a new set of electro-harmonics tubes. And two, are Bugera tubes any good? Yes, of course they are. Right, now the one I get asked all the time, I could go through my channel and find thousands of examples. Will these amps break down? That's the $1 million question everybody asks. Are these amplifiers reliable? Well, in my experience, yes they are. I've had no problems with them. This one, which is the first one I bought, had the little plastic connector problem which a few of the initial earliest run of these amps had. The company fixed it for me for free. They turned it around very quick. I was able to track each stage of its repair via the website, and after sales service was second to none in my opinion. But the other three, and I do use them regularly, nothing, not a single problem with any of them. As with any tube amp, if you take it out, bash it around, if you don't treat it and handle it with care, it'll break. It's got stuff in it that's made of glass tubes. They're fragile and they're held in with a pin socket. You bash that socket around and impact it and everything. I don't care how much you spend on your amp, you'll break it. So handle them with care, service them properly, just as reliable as any amp I've ever owned, if not more so. Okay, here's one from Killer. Killer, that's a cool name, isn't it? How do you think it sounds on bedroom levels? I played the 6262 in a shop with low volume and it sounded like piss. Not bad tone, but like the tubes were crashed or something. When I turned the volume up, I started making some tone. Is this one the same? Now he's referring to the 333XL. Now, first of all, I've done a clip with the 6262 playing just lead noodly stuff on very low volume that you could talk over, and it sounded great. So I wouldn't say it sounded like piss. Can you play these amps at low volumes in a room, in your bedroom? Of course you can. You can keep them low, and if you dial it correctly, I find that if you're using an amp at very low volume, a high powered amplifier like these at low volume, the trick is to dial in a little bit more of everything that you would normally have.